What's going on? Let me do it this way. Well, that's not what I wanted. Welcome, guys. Do this. We're just waiting now on them. Thank you for the like. How's everybody doing tonight? Actually, let me try putting the link down again. Yeah, for some reason it's not connecting to Rumble. That's fine. It's fine. Be safe wherever you go or whatever you're doing. Thank you for tuning in. They should be starting soon. I pray so. But if you want to get in the box, just click the link. Okay, I'm going to go here. Put something on. Let's see what this is about.
Well, Donald Trump, in terms of the exercise of his pardon power and commutations, is completely and totally out of control. Like, he can find the time to pardon a serial fraudster like George Santos, but can't find any time to sit down with Democrats on Capitol Hill who represent half the country in order to address the healthcare crisis that Republicans have created. That's devastating people in urban America, rural America, working class America, small town America, the heartland of America, and black and brown communities throughout America. And so what we're seeing with these toxic pardons and commutations coming from Donald Trump is more of the same. And look, the American people know these extremists on the Republican side have gone too far. And the crazy part about it is that they went too far on day one of Donald Trump's presidency. And it's been downhill ever since. On day one of Donald Trump's presidency, this guy pardons hundreds of violent felons who brutally beat police officers, 140 of whom were seriously injured. Life-threatening injuries in many cases. And then unleash these people on communities all across the country in ways that put those communities at risk. And what we've seen from Donald Trump since day one, since those toxic pardons of those violent individuals, is more of the same. From a person who promised to lower costs on day one, but doesn't give a damn about the American people. And what has taken place over the last 41 days is that the American people have seen Democrats fight for them, fight to make life better for them, fight to drive down the high cost of living for everyday Americans, and fix our broken healthcare system in the face of this overwhelming Republican assault on the healthcare of everyday Americans. And Republicans continue to stand up for the wealthy, the well-off, and the well-connected.
Thank you, Leader. Whether fair or unfair, Leader Schumer is taking a lot of heat from members of your own party. Why do you think he is the right leader for this moment? Why do you think he should stay leader of Senate Democrats?
Yeah, as I've indicated, listen, Leader Schumer and Senate Democrats over the last 7 weeks have waged a valiant fight on behalf of the American people. And I'm not going to explain what a handful of Senate Democrats have decided to do. That's their explanation to offer to the American people. What we're going to continue to do as House Democrats, partner with our allies throughout America, is to wage the fight to stay in the Coliseum, to win victories in the arena on behalf of the American people, notwithstanding whatever disappointments may arise. That's the reality of life. That's certainly the reality of this place. But we're in this fight for all the right reasons, because the extremism that has been unleashed on the American people is completely and totally out of control. Life hasn't gotten better for everyday Americans under Donald Trump and compliant Republicans. It's gotten worse. And the American people know it. And we've got to continue to stay in this fight until we end this national nightmare. And that's our commitment to the American people. We're in this fight until we end this national nightmare and can get back to a place where we continue America's long, necessary, and majestic march toward a more perfect union. Thank you.
All right, House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries speaking earlier today. We wanted to make you aware of a story that we're getting into the newsroom. We're getting some breaking news out of Dulles International Airport in the D.C. area. The Metropolitan Washington Airport Authority says that 8 people, and this is according to Fox 5 DC, they say 8 people were taken to the hospital for an evaluation after a mobile lounge, also known as a people mover, struck a dock at Dulles International Airport earlier this evening. According to officials, the incident happened around 4:30 Eastern Time. This is the post that Dulles sent out this evening, saying a mobile lounge transporting passengers to Concourse D at Dulles struck the dock at an angle as it was pulling up to the building. Passengers deboarded the mobile lounge via stairs. They're being evaluated by Airport Authority fire and rescue personnel for possible injuries. The airport is open and operating as normal. As far as we're reading and as far as we can tell, this had nothing to do with any aircraft. A live look at our Dulles camera right as a plane is taken off. Let's hit a break. Our coverage continuing in a moment.
I'm curious what they're both going to discuss. They should have already started by now. They're always late. That's beautiful.
We are actually coming back from a break at a perfect time. It looks like Leader Thune is speaking on the Senate floor right now. Let's pull this up.
This is an amendment number 3943 to the language proposed to be stricken by amendment number 3937.
Mr. President, I ask the reading be dispensed with,
Without objection,
and I ask for the yeas and nays on my amendment.
is there a sufficient second? There appears to be. The yeas and nays are ordered.
Mr. President, I have a second-degree amendment at the desk.
The clerk will report.
The senator from South Dakota, Mr. Thune, proposes an amendment number 3944 to amendment number 3943.
Mr. President, I move to commit the bill to the Committee on Appropriations with instructions.
The clerk will report.
The senator from South Dakota, Mr. Thune, moves to commit the bill H.R. 5371 to the Committee on Appropriations to report back forthwith instructions.
Mr. President, I
Number
ask the reading be
3945.
dispensed with,
Without objection,
and I ask for the yeas and nays on the motion to commit with instructions.
is there a sufficient second? There appears to be. The yeas and nays are ordered.
Mr. President, I have an amendment to the instructions.
Clerk will report.
Senator from South Dakota, Mr. Thune, proposes an amendment number 3946 to the instructions of the motion to commit, amendment number 3945.
Mr. President, I ask consent to reading be waived,
Without objection,
and I ask for the yeas and nays on my amendment.
is there a sufficient second? There appears to be. The yeas and nays are ordered.
Mr. President, I have a second-degree amendment at the desk.
The clerk will report.
The senator from South Dakota, Mr. Thune, proposes an amendment number 3947 to amendment number 3946.
Mr. President, I ask consent to reading be waived,
Without objection,
and I send a cloture motion to the desk with respect to calendar number 168, H.R. 5371.
the clerk will report.
Cloture motion, we, the undersigned senators, in accordance with the provisions of Rule 22, the standing rules of the Senate, do hereby move to bring to a close debate on calendar number 168, H.R. 5371, an act making continuing appropriations and extensions for fiscal year 2026 and for other purposes as amended, signed by 17 senators as follows.
President, I ask consent the reading of the nays be waived.
Without objection. Senator from Wisconsin.
Shortly, I will move to table Amendment 3947 for the purposes of offering my amendment to extend the Affordable Care Act tax credits for 1 year. I am doing this because my Republican colleagues are refusing to act to stop health care premiums from doubling for over 20 million Americans. I just can't stand by without a fight. Americans have said loudly and clearly that they are in a health care crisis. That's not up for negotiation, but it didn't have to be this way. We're at this moment because Donald Trump and congressional Republicans have simply refused to address the biggest increase in American premiums they'll likely ever experience. For months, congressional Republicans and Donald Trump have refused to even talk to us about addressing it. Estimates show that 22 million Americans will see their premiums double on average. I'm getting calls daily from Wisconsinites begging me to stay in this fight. A couple in Door County, Wisconsin, told me their premium is rising by over $550 a month next year. Everything is already too expensive. So where are they supposed to find $6,500 extra dollars in their budget? Another couple from Butternut, Wisconsin, told me their...
I'll show you what we're waiting on. For some reason, they're taking forever. This is what we'll be watching. Trump is meeting with another president. At the White House. I just don't understand why they're taking forever to start. I'm pretty sure these are the ones that was recording the football game. No other broadcast is doing this one for some reason. I'm surprised Right Side Broadcasting's not. They do everything, Trump. If you guys want to chat, you can. I'd be more than happy to chat with you. Yeah, they're not broadcasting yet. Huh. Unless they're going to do it at the last minute. Won't be the first network's done that. They were actually supposed to start around like 5. Soon as we get the live feed, we will broadcast.
Premiums are going $400 per month to over $5,000 per month. That's $55,000 more a year. As they wrote to me, healthcare tax breaks are not just numbers on paper. They are the lifeline that allows us to sleep at night knowing that we won't lose everything if one of us gets sick. Behind every one of the 22 million Americans who rely on these tax credits is a story, a family who has to put together a budget, who has to make the hard decisions of what they can afford for their family next year. Some are logging on to healthcare.gov right now and finding that they simply can't afford health insurance next year. That is unconscionable. Addressing this demands that we act now, not in a week, not next month, but now. That's why a handshake deal with my Republican colleagues to reopen the government and no guarantee to actually lower costs is simply not good enough. The people I work for need more than that. They need health care that they can afford, not a symbolic vote. For over a year now, I've been fighting to get a bill passed to avoid this.
Finally.
Always a producer.
You can't be on this side of the president.
Okay, so we'll do it.
You get behind him.
Okay, thank you very much, everybody.
And you can stand in front over here. Goes over there.
Okay.
Jeanette, stand in front.
Judge Janine, Chief Protocol.
Thank you. Don't tell Monica.
She's a strong leader. She just made television. She's tough, sir. Okay. Thank you very much, everybody. It's an honor to be here for our friend Sergio Gore. Today, we're thrilled to be in a swear-in for the next ambassador to India and special envoy to South and Central Asia, which is a big deal, and Sergio will handle it better than anybody could handle it. So I just want to congratulate Sergio. Come here a minute, Sergio. Joined this afternoon by our great Vice President, J.D. Vance. Thank you, J.D. Secretary of State, Marco Rubio. Thank you, Marco. Secretary Scott Besson, who's doing a great job. Attorney General Pam Bondi. And U.S. Attorney Janine Pirro. And D.C. is a very safe place, Janine, right? Very safe place, so we got to keep it that way.
Yes.
along with Senators Lindsey Graham, Jim Risch, Tommy Tuberville, and Katie Britt. And I will give you an exemption because, you know, they're supposed to be right now in the Senate. And if you guys want to sneak out, nobody will see you leaving. Do you want to do that, Lindsey, or do you want to stay for Okay, you sneak out anytime you want. Thank you. We don't want to screw up any votes, do we? Amen. Okay, thank you. Thank you for being here. But we're also very honored to be joined by Mrs. a very special woman who I unfortunately have seen a lot of lately on television for the wrong reasons. A woman who is great, who Charlie said is the greatest of anybody he knew, best friends and best everything, Erica Kirk. So thank you very much. And as Erica knows, another special woman, Laura Ingram. Where's Laura? She's here someplace. Thank you, Laura. And many other true American patriots, great people. 1 year ago, Sergio played a key role in helping us secure the most consequential presidential election victory in the history of our country. And from the day we won, he immediately began working to staff our new administration with the most talented team of any president, and we have had a great team. A couple of mistakes there, Sergio, but we won't mention them. They're gone. We got rid of them pretty quick. We found a couple we weren't thrilled with. We got them out of here. But as my director of office and presidential personnel from the early days of transition, Sergio's leadership was essential to fulfilling the historic mandate entrusted to us by the American people. And that's what we've done with the help here at the White House. We set new benchmarks for presidential staffing. Nobody's done it, I think, hopefully better, but certainly quicker. But I don't think anybody's done it better. We have great people. They're surrounded by the people that I really do love and like and respect. But we hired 4,000 appointees across every federal department in record time, including over 1,000 appointments on day one. So before we even got started, we had over 1,000 people working for us. Under Sergio's leadership, federal agencies and departments reached staffing levels of 95%, and it's faster than any administration in modern day history. And prior to his work on behalf of my 2024 campaign, Sergio had tremendous success as an entrepreneur in the publishing world. He even published my book, which went to #1. I was very happy because if it didn't, he wouldn't be here right now. But now I'm trusting Sergio to help strengthen one of our country's most important international relationships, and that's the strategic partnership with the Republic of India. It's a big deal. India is home to one of the world's oldest civilizations, the largest country in the world, actually, and it's got over 1.5 billion people. And we have a fantastic relationship with the Prime Minister, Modi, and Sergio's only enhanced that because he's become already friendly with the Prime Minister, knowing that Sergio is going to be the ambassador they would call constantly to say, let's get to know this man, and they like what they see. So I know you're going to have a great success over there. It's a very important relationship. But it's also the fastest growing middle class, and it's an important economic and strategic security partner in the Indo-Pacific region. It's an amazing country, actually. 1.5 billion people. China has 1.4 billion. Those are two big countries. As ambassador, Sergio will work to fortify our country's bond, promote investments in key U.S. industries and technologies, increase American energy exports, and expand our security cooperation. And, you know, we're making a deal with India, a much different deal than we had in the past. So right now they don't love me, but they'll love us.
Spark something beautiful. Kate Spade.
Very good negotiated, Sergio, so you have to take a look at that, if you would, please. But we're getting close, Scott. I think we're pretty close to doing a deal that's good for everybody, right? In the old days, do you think Biden would ask that question? I don't think so. They'd say, how are we doing with India? He didn't know about India. He didn't know a damn thing. But that's okay. We had him. Likewise, in Sergio's role as special envoy to South and Central Asia, he'll be a key emissary to a very important group of nations at the crossroads between East and West. And last week, I was honored to host the leaders of 5 Central Asian countries here in the White House. And Sergio will be helping with all of that. We had an amazing meeting the other night at the White House. And I'm confident that Sergio will do an outstanding job and make our country and all of his friends very proud. But I'm very proud of Sergio. I've known him for a long time, and he's a great guy. And most people love him. Some people don't like him so much. I'll be honest with you, Sergio. I said some people, when they don't like Sergio, they don't like him. But when they like him more than anybody. But most of them really are the like category. And I just want to say that I think he's going to be an outstanding representative for the United States of America. And it's a big deal. Being the ambassador to India is a big deal. So, Sergio, congratulations. I know you're going to do a fantastic job. Thank you very much. Mr. Vice President, you'll swear in.
All right, wait, okay. Swear him in here.
Left hand up, right hand up.
Thank you. Thank you, Judge. I appreciate the assistance. We have such a crowd here, you'd think we're swearing in a vice president, sir. Okay. Please repeat after me. I, Sergio Gore.
I, Sergio Gore.
Do solemnly swear.
Do solemnly swear.
That I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States.
That I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States.
Against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
Against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same.
That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same.
That I take this obligation freely.
That I take this obligation freely.
Without any mental reservation.
Without any mental reservation.
Or purpose of evasion.
Or purpose of evasion.
And that I will well and faithfully.
And that I will well and faithfully.
Discharge the duties.
Discharge the duties.
Of the office on which I am about to enter.
Of the office of which I'm about to enter.
So help you God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Mr.
Mr. President, this is an honor of a lifetime. I want to thank first you, what you have done for this country before you came back in, the trouble that this country was facing. I mean, frankly, we were screwed. What you have achieved in 10 months has been historic, has surpassed any other presidency, and I fully believe what you will achieve in the next 3 years will never be beaten. So it has been an honor to serve you. I've been at your side for many years. I will continue to be there. And it's just an incredible honor. And I look forward to enhancing the relationship between our two nations. But again, thank you for entrusting me with this position. And I look forward to doing a great job for you.
Thank you very much, Sergio.
Well, thank you, sir. First of all, congratulations, Sergio. You're going to be a great ambassador, a great representative to the country of India, which the President and I both love. As a lot of you know, Sergio was a critical piece of what made the first 10 months such a great success. Obviously, the President's leadership is the most important thing, but you can't do a whole lot unless you've got good people around you. And Sergio did as much as anybody to ensure that the White House was staffed with the very best people, people who were loyal to the President, loyal to the country, and loyal to the agenda that we're trying to implement. So thank you all for being here. I think it's a great testament to you, Sergio, that you got multiple cabinet secretaries, Erica Kirk, the President of the United States. This crowd would not turn out for just anybody, but it turned out for Sergio Gore. You're going to do a hell of a job, man. Congratulations.
Just to echo what Sergio said, Mr. President, you've done a lot for this country, more than any other president has in such a short period of time, and part of that is putting together a phenomenal team, and I know Sergio was instrumental in helping you achieve that, and so we think you'll do a great job. This is a very impressive collection of people. There are almost 1.5 billion people in the Oval Office right now. But Sergio's going to do a phenomenal job. Those of us who've known him, so many of his friends that are here and family as well that know how hard he works, 24 hours, 7 days a week, and that's what it takes to work in this administration because of how much you're pushing our country forward around the world and here at home, and we know Sergio will do a great job. So congratulations, Sergio. You're going to do a phenomenal job.
Thank you.
Thank you. Janine, please.
Well, I'm very proud to be here with Sergio. My friend has been my friend for many years. He is someone who is loyal He is trustworthy, and he works as hard as anyone I know. And Mr. President, there is in this room a group of people who love you, who believe in you, and who are so proud to be in this Oval Office.
The proof? It's in the championship. Proof in every heartbeat, in every seat. Proof that's etched in history.
You serious? I can't.
Well, he was also very good friends with a guy named Charlie. We just knew him as Charlie, and his wife, who we love so much, is here with us. And maybe you know how close they were together. Maybe, Erica, you could say a couple of words, please.
I'm honored to, sir. Charlie loved you. It's hard not to get emotional because I know that he would have been the first phone call when he found out that you were going to be taking this position. And the way that I was able to witness the two of you work together for years and to champion and support the president was absolutely humbling to witness, and I am so proud of you. And Charlie is going to be with you every single day in spirit, and I will be praying for you every day because I know that this is just the beginning of an incredible opportunity for you. And sir, thank you for allowing Sergio to have this beautiful moment.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Tara. And that man's watching over us right now, right? Okay. Any questions?
You mentioned the senators that are here, Mr. President. Do you personally approve of the deal that's happening right now on Capitol Hill to end the...
Well, it depends what deal we're talking about. But if it's a deal I heard about, that's certainly, you know, they want to change the deal a little bit. But I would say so. I think based on everything I'm hearing, they haven't changed anything. And we have support from enough Democrats. And we're going to be opening up our country. It's too bad it was closed, but we'll be opening up our country very quickly.
Mr. President, that deal does reverse the mass firings your administration put through during the shutdown. Did you sign off on that, and will you abide by that if this passes?
Well, I will be. I'll abide by the deal. The deal is very good. We're not going to be giving $1.5 trillion to people that came in from jails and from, you know, the gangs and drug dealers and all of these others that they wanted to be given health care, which would have hurt our health care system. I hope that we're going to be able to have a health care where Lindsay and I were discussing it, Jim and I were discussing it, and Katie, we discussed it. We want a health care system where we pay the money to the people instead of the insurance companies. And I tell you, we're going to be working on that very hard over the next short period of time, where the people get the money. We're talking about trillions and trillions of dollars where the people get the money. Yes, please.
The Syria president, sir, did you update us on your meeting? Did you come to any agreements?
Say it?
With the leader of Syria you had earlier, did you come to any agreements today?
Well, I've had an agreement with him. He's a very strong leader. He comes from a very tough place, and he's a tough guy. I liked him. I get along with him. The new president of Syria. And we'll do everything we can to make Syria successful, because that's part of the Middle East. We have peace now in the Middle East, first time that anyone can remember that ever happening. And, Syria is a very big part of the Middle East, very important part. If you look back at Syria for years, they had the doctors, the lawyers, they had so many of the great intellects. It's an amazing place with great people, and we want to see Syria be successful along with the rest of the Middle East. So I have confidence that he'll be able to do the job, absolutely.
How close are you to a deal, a trade deal with India? Are you willing to consider lowering the current tariff rate?
Well, right now the tariffs are very high on India because of the Russian oil, and they've stopped doing the Russian oil. It's been reduced very substantially. Yeah, we're going to be bringing the tariffs down.
What kind of level are we talking about here?
I mean, at some point we're going to be bringing them down. Without tariffs, this country would be in such trouble, as they were for many years. That's why we owe $38 trillion. And one of the things we're going to do, we're going to issue a dividend to our middle-income people and lower-income people of about $2,000. And we're going to use the remaining tariffs to lower our debt. We're going to be lowering our debt, which is a national security thing. So we're doing a lot of good work. And the numbers were reported so incorrectly. The real numbers are trillions of dollars have been taken in or gotten in terms of investment from the tariffs. And so if that were ever reversed, it would be a disaster. Frankly, it would be a national security problem for our country. And nobody thinks it's going to be reversed. I think we had a very good court case. As you know, it's before the Supreme Court right now. But if that were ever reversed, people are saying, oh, it's $1 billion. Some people said, oh, it's $2 billion. Well, that obviously we can handle very easily. But this is trillions of dollars we're talking about in terms of the tariff income and all the investment income that's come into our country. We have more than, I would say right now, more than $18 trillion. The biggest number ever is a tiny fraction of that for any country. China, the United States, the biggest number ever. If you look at the past administration, Biden, he did less than $1 trillion in 4 years. We're over 18 trillion. By the time my first year ends, we're going to have over $20 trillion of investment coming into the United States. It's unheard of. We have AI factories. We're leading China by a lot. We have cars and car plants coming in by more than we've ever had built before. All of that would go away if we lose the tariff case. So all of it would go away. So they're not giving the right numbers. It would be an economic disaster. It would be a national security disaster if we lost the case in the Supreme Court. Daniel? Yes.
This is an idea you've been talking about for months. This is direct.
Get smart on travel rewards cards in 15 seconds. The gist? They help you earn points to...
So I've been talking about it for a long time, the dividend to people that, have suffered under the Biden administration. So Biden had the highest inflation in history, and we now are at a very low point. We're going to be hitting 1.5% pretty soon. So we're at a low point, and he was a high point. We did that. Food prices are way down. It's all coming down. And the biggest decrease, of course, is energy. And, as goes energy, goes everything else. Because when energy comes down, the oil, the electric, I think you're going to see $2 gasoline or something very close to that. In fact, we're already in the twos. But I think you're going to be seeing very soon $2 gasoline. That's like the equivalent of a massive tax cut. But in addition to that, the great big beautiful bill gives you a very, very big tax cut. And then you have no tax on tips, no tax on Social Security, and no tax on overtime for the middle income and for even, frankly, anybody. But you have no tax, and the no tax on tips has turned out to be a tremendous thing. But when you think no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security for our seniors, it's the great big beautiful bill, which has been mischaracterized, but now people they don't want to talk about it because it's so good, the enemy, because it's so good for everybody. It's the greatest piece of legislation ever passed in the history of our country in terms of size. And hence they call it the big beautiful bill, or the one big beautiful, I call it the great big beautiful bill. It's an amazing bill for the middle class. It's an amazing bill for jobs. We've never passed anything like it. And in my first administration, so we had the greatest economy. Everything was good, but we're really outdoing it this time because we have investments coming in largely because of tariffs. And I think because of November 5th, the election result. But we have investments coming in like we've never had before.
The Mr. President, on Syria.
Please, behind you. Caitlin, behind you. Thank you, Caitlin.
On Syria, can we expect an announcement on a pact between Syria and Israel, or an announcement on them joining the anti-ISIS?
Yeah, you can expect some announcements on Syria. We want to see...
Thank you guys so much for joining. Don't forget to hit the like button. And if you want to get in the box, just click the link.
Syria become a country that's very successful. And I think this leader can do it. I really do. I think this leader can do it. And people said he's had a rough past. We've all had rough pasts. But he has had a rough past. And I think, frankly, if you didn't have a rough past, you wouldn't have a chance. He gets along very well with Turkey, with President Erdogan, who's a great leader. Erdogan's a...
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, how long have you been in the box?
A couple, not very long, just a couple seconds.
Surprisingly, you didn't make a noise.
Yeah, I was trying to say, can you hear me? But I guess you couldn't hear me.
Oh, it's dark.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what else he says.
Great leader and very much in favor of what's happening in Syria. We have to make Syria work. Syria is a big part of the Middle East. And I will tell you, I think it is working and really well. We're working also with Israel on, getting along with Syria, getting along with everybody. And that's working amazingly. As you know, Hamas has given us back numerous bodies. It sounds pretty gruesome, but it's something the parents want more than if their son had been living. Hard to believe. I've seen all of the parents, so many of the parents, and getting back the body of their son, their dead son, is as vital to them, as important to them, as if the boy was generally the boy was alive. And as you know, over the last 4 or 5 days, we've gotten a lot.
15% is what we're saying.
No, I haven't said any.
Is that it?
All of the parents, so many of the parents, and getting back the body of their son, their dead son, is as vital to them, as important to them, as if the boy was generally the boy was alive. And as you know, over the last 4 or 5 days, we've gotten a lot of the additional bodies that they said they were going to. They've worked very hard to do that. So we have peace in the Middle East. It's a great thing, and nobody's ever seen anything quite like it.
Actually, you're meeting with the Syrian president today, Mr. President.
Last week about your talks with Switzerland. We're reporting that you're near a deal that would lower their rate.
With Switzerland?
Yeah.
We're working on a deal to get their tariffs a little bit lower because
15% is what we're saying.
No, I haven't said any number, but we're going to be working on something to help Switzerland along. We hit Switzerland very hard. We want Switzerland to remain successful, and we're a part of Switzerland in the sense that they've been a very good ally. Yeah, we're working on them and some others, and we're working on others to increase them a little bit too.
How close is it to Switzerland?
Switzerland? What, do you have something to do with Switzerland? He wants to buy a nice watch. He wants to buy a nice Rolex, right? We'll give Rolex some publicity because Rolex they've been very nice, Now, look, it's a beautiful country. It's a small country, but economically very big. So we're working on something. Caitlin?
At a meeting with the Syrian president earlier today, Marjorie Taylor Greene, who is a big ally of yours, said that she would rather see you focused on nonstop domestic policy meetings here at the White House instead of nonstop foreign policy meetings. What's your response to her saying that, and also saying that grocery prices are up and not down, as you've said?
Yeah, so I don't know what happened to Marjorie. She's a nice woman, but I don't know what happened. She's lost her way, I think. But I have to view the presidency as a worldwide situation, not locally. I mean, we could have a world that's on fire where wars come to our shores very easily if you had a bad president. We had a horrible president, and we ended up with Russia, Ukraine, and we ended up with other disasters, too. Don't forget, I put out 8 wars, 9 to come. I think I'll get the other one taken care of, but I put out 8 wars. And look at the damage that Russia, Ukraine has done to us as a country. I mean, we spent $350 billion. We're not spending any money anymore. Now they pay us through NATO. I got NATO to go from 2% to 5%. Well, that's very important. When you're president, you really sort of have to watch over the world because you're going to be dragged into it. Otherwise, you're going to be dragged into a world war. I think if I weren't president, first of all, that war would have never happened if I was president. And if I weren't president, that war could have led to World War III. It won't. It's not going to anymore. But when I first got in, I said, wow, this situation could lead to World War III. And I got NATO together. I got everybody together. But with all of that, I passed a great, big, beautiful bill, which is the biggest tax cuts in the history of our country. So when somebody like Marjorie Taylor Greene, who's now catering to the other side, I don't know what, I guess she's, got some kind of an act going, but I'm surprised at her. But when somebody like Marjorie goes over and starts making statements like that, it shows she doesn't know. I don't devote a lot of my time. Let me give you another example. China was going to hit us with rare earth. Now, everybody says, oh, what does that mean? Magnets. If China refused to give magnets, because they have a monopoly on magnets, because they were allowed to happen over a 32-year period, there wouldn't be a car made in the entire world. There wouldn't be a radio. There wouldn't be a television. There wouldn't be internet. There wouldn't be anything because magnets are such a part. Now, nobody knows what magnets are, and not overly sophisticated, but to build a magnet system would take 2 years. So if I weren't able to say to China, look, if you're going to do that to us, we're going to charge you 158% tariff. It was 100% on top of 58%. And China called up immediately and said, we will make peace. And we made peace. We made a great deal. We made an unbelievable deal. And China's paying tariffs to the United States, not the United States paying tariffs to China, which has always been the way it was. Nobody can believe these deals. But so when somebody makes a statement about he's devoting time to the world, well, the world is the United States, because if the world's in trouble or if the world is ripping us off, you know, the world was ripping us off before I came here. Europe was getting massive tariffs. They were sending us 9-10 million cars a year. We were sending them none. They were not taking our agriculture. We were taking massive amounts of their. It was so unfair. Now we have a deal where $950 billion is coming into the United States because of me and because of tariffs. So if I don't do all these things, our country is doing very poorly. So, you know, it's easy to say, oh, don't worry about the world, but the world is turning out to be our biggest customer. The world was on fire, and we could have been in that fire very easily if you didn't have a president that knew what he was doing.
What about can you guarantee to Americans that travel is going to go back to normal once the government...
That travel is? Oh, yeah. It'll go better than normal. You know why?
When the government reopens.
Yeah, sure. It'll be much better than normal because we're buying the most sophisticated avionics and, you know, technology for our control towers. And we didn't have that. We had a guy named Buttigieg. Edge, they say is the best way. Just say two edges, like off the edge of a cliff, which is where they were taking us, by the way. Edge was the Secretary of Transportation, and he spent billions of dollars trying to patch together our air traffic control system, which was a conglomeration of all different systems in all different cities. They had hundreds of companies working on it, and they were spending billions of dollars. And when they turned it on, it didn't work. It didn't even work a little bit. That's why you had a helicopter crashing into an airplane, that if we had a great system, bells and whistles would have started going off. So we are now in the process. We're in final bids of getting the finest system anywhere in the world. I've analyzed it. Sean Duffy has been working really hard on it, doing a fantastic job, by the way. And over the next 2 or 3 weeks, we'll be handing out the finest air traffic control system anywhere in the world. All the towers will be equipped. They were going copper wire into glass wire into other types of wire. And if you knew anything, you know copper wire doesn't work with glass. You know glass doesn't work with other substances. And they spent billions of dollars, and when they turned it on, nothing happened, okay? We're getting the most sophisticated, all brand new, all brand new. Every control tower will have the same exact system. It'll be the most sophisticated system by far in the world. And what we've done is we've looked around other countries, and we've taken the absolute best systems in every different form, because there are different. You have lots of different companies like IBM and Raytheon and a lot of great companies. They're all bidding, and we're going to pick the best one, and it'll get built relatively quickly, and we are going to have the greatest air traffic control system anywhere in the world. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you. Thank you.
What's your thoughts on all?
He knows what he's doing. He's out there doing the business part of America, you know. A lot of presidents, they focus on national things, you know, but it's true that he's working on international trade. And like you said, you know, the more important thing is the international. The less important thing is the national. Now, earlier in his previous presidency, I was about to say pregnancy. In his earlier presidency, he focused on a lot of national stuff, and then this time around, he's focusing on a lot of international stuff. So he's a very smart businessman, and you got to respect that, you know.
Yep.
But one thing I do have to say, as soon as this new, what is it called, air traffic control system is released, I guarantee I'm gonna find one of those airlines, probably American Airline, And as soon as it gets released, their stock's going to jump. Okay. But right after it jumps, I'm going to short the market because I already know what's going to happen. When it comes to a new air traffic control system, somebody's going to mess up. It might be human error or it might be the system error, but there's going to be a plane crash. There's going to be, and there's always going to be a plane crash. But, I think that introducing a new system, maybe it's because somebody doesn't know how to use the system properly or whatever, but there's going to be a plane crash and the stock's going to drop. And, I'm going to short the stock because,
That's probably going to make people not want to fly.
Well, I mean, most people aren't going to think of it that way. They're going to be thinking of the positive of the situation, but nobody's going to expect that to happen. But if you think about it in a realistic way, I think there's like 2 plane crashes every year or something like that. But I think that number will increase because of a new system, and it's inevitable. When you create something new, there's going to be problems with it. There's going to be something wrong with it every time you create something new.
That's why you always got to test it out.
Yeah, and also, like I said, human error.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
I'm definitely proud of him.
Yeah, I'm definitely proud of him. He's doing a really good job.
He's accomplished a lot, and he hasn't even been in office for the full year,
Yeah. But he's automatically hitting the ground running. He has a lot of haters. He has a lot of people who are against him. But at the same time, he doesn't care. He just sticks it out and does what he knows how to do.
He's more focused on the ones that love him.
And then also, he's focused on putting his foot down and saying, this is the line, and it won't be crossed. And now that he has that relationship or that reputation, a lot of people know that, hey, if he proposes a deal to us, the best thing that we can do is negotiate a little bit, but we can't just refuse the deal. You can negotiate the deal, but you can't refuse the deal, because once he makes a deal, that deal is going to happen. And that's the cool thing about him, is that he made that reputation for himself, to where people know that once he makes this deal, it's going to go through.
He's not going to back out of it, which
Yeah.
It's a good quality. That means he will get the job done.
Yeah.
Hi, Ross. You can get in the box if you want. But it's dark out there.
Yeah, it's pretty dark. Luckily, though, the wind isn't affecting me tonight because I'm pretty heavy. Normally, driving at night with the wind is pretty bad. Now, sometimes at night, the wind isn't so bad because it's windier in the daytime than it is the nighttime. But sometimes that wind hits you so hard, like this, where there's a lot of windmills, because on this side of America, there's a lot of wind naturally.
Yeah. Did you take out that steak?
No, I did not take out the steak, and at this point, it's probably too late. But I ate Subway earlier, and typically I only eat like that. So I'll probably get to where I'm going and be too tired to cook, and the steak's gonna be frozen.
Who do you think is going to meet next, Trump? Because he was meeting the president from where is it? Syria? I think it's Syria. Yeah, Syria. I know that he's going back to meet the president or the prime minister in China, but that's not until April. And then he said that he will be coming here after that. So
Here's in America, or is it Pennsylvania?
are you wanting to get in the box, Ross? Because I actually resent the link.
I thought the box wasn't working at first.
Well, every time I keep sending the link, Rumble doesn't want to connect. Now it is. So I don't know. Thank you for the like. But I don't know anything else that would be on. Not really much news on right now, other than the government. I don't know when they're going to reopen that.
Yeah, I knew it wasn't going to be the other day when they said, because there's still, I think it'll still be about a week more.
Here's Vince, President J.D. Vance, and Second Lady veterans at the Walker Reed Hospital. Wait a minute. Okay, Ross. Here we go. I don't think you want to hear a commercial. All right, they're at the hospital right here. Let's see what.
Working on dexterity utility. Okay. So, are you sort of mostly physical therapy, or that's what you're focused on right now?
Most of my stuff's in psychiatric stuff.
Okay, got it.
So, I came up here about a year and 2 months ago.
Okay.
And I did the brain injury unit.
Yeah.
Dr. Williamson here.
Okay.
Which is phenomenal.
Sure.
Got me started up on ketamine.
Okay.
I've been doing ketamine treatment for the last year.
Okay. So yeah, I was asking one of your fellow Marines over there about that. So give me a little background on that. Have you found that positive? Do you like it?
I think it's very positive.
Okay, good. Good.
The problem is, I was patient number 5.
Oh, wow. Okay, so
this hospital's mainly for veterans. Visits Walker Reed National Military Medical Center. Well, that's nifty.
very early.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
so you've been contributing a lot of feedback then to how they do this.
Yeah, I mean, they're refining the process based on my experience and my feedback, which is good. But the fact is, keep down in mind, guys do this. I came from 7th grade.
Sure.
And
so you were Marine and then Army. Is that right? Okay. Sounds good. So how long have you been in the military overall?
20 years.
20 years. Okay. So are you planning to retire? Are you trying to get back out? What's your goal?
They're going to medically retire me here.
Okay.
And now I'm doing Wharton.
Okay.
Moved into a PC internship.
Oh wow. With who?
So Nomadic Ventures.
Oh yeah. Okay. That's awesome.
Yeah, they're pretty small.
Okay. Good for you though.
Yeah.
So
that way.
So you guys mostly living here, or are you guys in? Are you back and forth between Philadelphia and here? Are you making it work?
I'm doing the executive.
Okay. Oh, great. So that means you have some freedom.
So you don't have to be in Philadelphia to do that.
No.
Okay. Got it.
It's actually a global cohort, so I only go about once a semester.
Okay. Got it. So, and Brooke, what's your background? Were you in the military, or how'd you guys meet?
No, I'm just along for the ride.
Okay.
We met when he was at Fort Bragg. I'm from Charlotte originally.
Okay.
So I've just been following him around ever since.
Okay, well that's how it goes, right? That's military life.
Yeah.
Do you have any hopes for where you guys will be, where you'll live in the long term?
I'm partial to the south.
Okay. The warm weather?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We cut our time a little short in Florida to get back up here for
Sure.
all this. But Florida's great.
Yeah.
But my family's in Charlottesville and my brother's in Charlottesville.
Okay, got it. And where are you from?
Actually in Fredericksburg.
Yeah, oh, okay. So you're not far from here. Do you still have family in Fredericksburg?
No.
No, okay.
I don't.
Okay, so pretty much your crew.
Yep.
In the South. Okay, that's good. So tell me, explain to me, is the idea that ketamine kind of helps you is it work through things, or is it sort of connect certain events with certain recovery timelines? Like, give me your perspective on how it's gone and what you've learned from it.
So first and foremost, like symptom management.
Yeah.
PTSD, major depressive disorder, panic disorder, all those things that I was dealing with.
Sure.
Suicidal ideations, ruining my marriage with my wife. Just a lot of bad things there.
Sure.
Really helps to mitigate that. But then, so I started out with Spravato, which is like the nasal spray, and then I moved on to the infusions.
Yeah.
And the infusions they actually provide therapy with. So that is ketamine-assisted therapy.
Okay.
Where it is like, I mean, it's pretty rough. Like you go in there, you have a death experience every time you do it.
Really?
It's
okay.
Yeah, it's pretty intense.
Okay.
But when you come out of that, you translate things that came up and go through that.
It's almost like an exposure thing. You sort of expose yourself to that very severe moment.
There's a neuroplasticity element to it all.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's kind of rewiring, reshaping those
Okay.
memories by.
Okay.
Yeah, and like it's helping you reconnect with a lot of memories. Like my first deployment, I don't think about that.
Sure.
But now I'm like starting to think about it. Like, man, I lost a lot of Marines. That's bad.
Of course. How many deployments have you been on? Man. It's a lot.
It's what we signed up for.
Of course, but it's a lot. We're very grateful for it.
Thank you.
So, what do you need from us? What can we do to help in Washington?
Well, I think like getting this treatment down with everybody else and making it available so they're not going down to Mexico to do ayahuasca. I've been or like going out and trying to do ketamine on their own, they're risking their freedom, they're risking their career.
Sure.
Yeah. But the thing is, I still have my career when I came here. So like, I'll never get
Was good environment. Okay. Yeah. Understood.
So I think there's a world in which if this becomes more available and understand, kind of return, and that's what you'd like to see.
Yeah, I'd love to see. I mean, I don't know how it's going to happen. But say you had this done at Aikman, or you had this at Compton, and you guys, go through their mental health steps, and they look at the next step is probably ketamine-assisted psychotherapy. And then you just go there. I think we would lose a lot of the stigma.
Sure.
It's not pulling people out of the service.
Yeah.
Pulling people out of their life.
Not forcing guys to lose their career over seeking mental health treatment. Yeah. Okay. Understand that. Well, I mean, how do you? I'm curious. Just you guys probably see it more from the global perspective. I mean, is this something we're doing more and more? Is it working out okay?
It is. So we're the only place doing it right now in the military health system, and that's because I have the one person who's fellowship trained in psychedelic assisted therapy.
Okay.
So he trained up at Yale. He's come here. He's the one who brought the IV ketamine online with the therapy component to it. And then we're looking at a pilot of MDMA assisted therapy as well, moving on to other novel psychedelics. So, as you said so eloquently, people are getting this out of town, whether we want them to or not. These are folks with security clearances. These are people who've been places, done things, top secret. So, my position when I got here was we need to do this here. We need to find out who the right people are. It's not for everyone. So as you heard previously, you don't just hand it out in water.
Sure.
You have to select the right patients. You have to they have to be informed and aware of what's going to happen. It's rough. It is literally sort of allowing you to inject a distance from yourself during the therapy and become an observer almost. So that neuroplasticity you were talking about, you've clearly been talking to Dr. Williamson.
She said neuroplasticity. I'm like, what the hell is that? She's become an expert.
Your brain can change over time. It's exciting. So at the end of the day, it really is allowing you to become an observer and approach the trauma you've experienced in a different way, a non-judgmental way, reconnect the pathways in the brain in a different way so that you don't have the hypervigilant or the inappropriate response to what is an appropriately disturbing stimulus.
Sure.
So it's, there's a lot to it, and obviously building up the clinical practice guidelines and then scaling it is always the hard part. It's easy to get started on a trial.
Of course. Well, thanks for your service and to you too. I know it's a family affair, so hang in there and keep on working at it. And if VC doesn't work out, you guys can both be models. So
They do.
This looks great. It's so nice to meet you.
Central
Thank you.
capacity.
All right, guys, take care. Good luck to you. All right, Juice. Oh, hey. How are you? Nice to meet you. Okay.
Hi.
So she's one of our students here.
Okay, great. Yeah, I was going to say, you don't look old enough to drink. Okay, that's good. Trust me, the older you get, the better that is.
I'm a physical therapy student.
Okay.
Yes.
So what are your studies? When will you be done?
I'm done after this clinical, and I take my boards exam in January.
Okay, good luck.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's awesome. Will you work here afterwards, or do you not know?
I'm not sure yet. I'm putting in some stuff with the military now to try to go active duty. As a
Okay.
physical therapist.
Oh, exciting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome.
So are you reservist right now?
No, I'm civilian.
You're civilian, but you like
Interesting.
to.
So the pathways you go through is as a civilian and then training here and then.
There's like multiple pathways. I just set up a clinical here through my school and through the providers.
Which school?
I'm at MGH Institute of Health Professions in Boston.
Okay.
Yeah, one of my best friends did the GW physical therapy program.
That's nice. Yeah.
You know something that I would love to be able to do?
What?
Work with the military dogs. I think I could would I have to go to boot camp for that?
No, not to work with the dogs. You'd have to go to veterinarian school or vet school.
I've always wanted to do that, you know.
Well, it sounds like you need to get into a vet school.
That would be amazing.
What's stopping you?
Money. But working with the military men and just women, but when it comes to the canines, I would love to be able to train them and to do all kinds of stuff with that.
Now, other than the set in stone, like the book about how to train a dog, other than that basic stuff, there's a lot to training a dog that it's about you and your personality and how you get your word across to the dog, you know? And so it seems like it would be an easy task. Like you could just read a book and train a dog. But when it comes down to it, training a dog is a lot more than that. You know, you really have to have a relationship with that dog in order to train it.
Well, not just that. You need to be confident in yourself, for one, because they can sense, like, you're not confident enough. You want to train me? Seriously? You're fooling.
Yeah,
I'll pee on your shoe. I'll chew your shoe up. But that's what people don't understand. Like, you have to be the alpha when it comes to your canined friend. Because if you aren't,
then they won't listen.
He will roll over you.
Yeah.
It's like, if you don't do if you don't do what I want you to, I'll chew up your shoe, I'll chew up the wall, I'll chew up your chair, I'll hide your keys, leave, you know? But it's all in your confidence and more than anything in your voice. I'm not saying to sound really mean, you know, but you need to have a sturdy voice.
Yeah.
Or else they're going to be like, please, you know? Who you fooling? And I tell people a lot, like, I can't stress this enough. Everybody loves a certain breed, but you need to do your research, for one, and go with a dog breed that will fit your lifestyle. I mean, there's literally dog breeds that are meant for lazy people, active people, emotional support, but typically they are trained for that.
Yeah.
I mean, there's all kinds. If you live on a farm, there's all kinds of breeds for that. Russell's one of them. Shepherds are one of them. The cattle dog. Boston Terrier. Boston Terrier I think is also, you can, but if you live like
Boston Terriers, I feel like they were born with personalities. You know, I feel like they were automatically, like, it's so easy to train a Boston Terrier because they were automatically born with like this almost like human-like personality, you know?
And there's good guard dogs. There's just good family dogs. Like, if you're really wanting a really good guard dog that will be easy to train, that wants to protect, a Rottweiler is a good one.
Those are hard to train, though.
Yes.
They're really hard to train. But like a collie, if you get you a collie, they're so easy to train because like that's what they do. I think back in the day they were like sheep herder dogs, you know? And yeah, they're really protective of you, and they're also very obedient. Like you can train them very easily, and you know you can make them really do anything once you train them right. And
I feel like a lot of people either they do know, but it just went across their heads. When it comes to a pit bull, back in the day, they were actually nanny dogs. And people are like, what do you mean a nanny dog? They used to babysit pretty much the children when the adults were out. Like if they were outside, they would guard them.
Yeah.
And nowadays, it's like they got a bad reputation because of the fighting. You know, and people want to clip their ears too. It's like it makes them more looking aggressive. And I think that's just, no, God gave them those floppy ears for a reason. Or even
the other thing is,
it's best to dock their tails when they're puppies because I've seen it done and everything, but God gave them those tails for a reason.
Yeah.
But a Rottweiler, a Doberman, a Pit, you need to really socialize them at a very young age. Because if you do not, yes, they will attack somebody. But if you socialize them at a young age, take them to dog parks, take them just for a few hours of walking.
And then it's not just that. If you have a pit bull and you treat him right his whole life, you never bring him around people, but you treat him right his whole life and everything, he won't ever, really attack somebody crazy. But what happens is that they're very like if you switch up on them and you beat them or do something like that, they will switch up on you very fast. They will be like, "Yo, bro, like, I'm the boss around here. You can't bully me, And so a lot of people, those pits that go crazy, if you look at their life, in some part of their life they were abused. And so if you abuse a pit bull, yeah, they're gonna attack you because they're very defensive of themselves,
And you can tell if a dog's been abused. You can tell if a dog's been broke.
Yeah.
If they shiver, or if they react like, oh no, like they're a little skittish.
Mm-hmm.
Because I had pit that were literally broke. Like my ex literally broke them within their spirit. They were literally shivering when they saw him, but when they saw me, they were all happy.
Yeah,
I was their safe space.
That's like if you let's say that you see a pit bull and you go out there and you drop something on the ground to try to feed him and he runs off, it's because he was probably abused before. If he's scared but he comes over and eats it, then he hasn't been abused. But
if he's also been like born outside, that's where mama, maybe like under somebody's porch or something. That's also a good reason or a noticeable reason if they're skittish too, because they have never really been near people.
Yeah, but they're actually really good dogs, and
their nicknames are Smiling.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we were watching this, and I just thought of that. I would love to get into something like that.
I think that you should. I think that you should focus on that.
I don't know how many years I would have to. I don't think it would be
probably a year to 2 years.
Because they're most likely going to put me in. The bad thing about college is they will put you in trimesters that you don't even need to take.
Yeah. But I think that you should do that. I think that you should really do some research, find out how much it costs, see if you can get a grant or a student loan. I wouldn't recommend student loans, but at the same time, they're easier to get than like a loan. So, you know, it might be best to get a student loan. And, you know, if you do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life. So
That's the only way I could work in the military is if it's with canines. And I know for a fact, I have faith in this, that I could do a good job because my passion has always been animals. I've been very smart when it came to animals. So I know that if I pursue it and I go for it, I could do it.
How willing would you be to join the military?
I've always wanted to actually join the Marines. I've had Marine people come to my school and just talk to the students, and it always fascinated me just to see them, not just in uniform, but how brave they were. And my discussion with them was always, how about the canines? It's like, you're not going to ask us about us? It's like, no. How about the canines?
Yeah, I think if you go to the military, they actually pay for your schooling.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to look into that. I really want to do that. That's the only way I would go to the military or the Marines.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how likely do you think you'd be to pass basic training?
Well, I would have to like set something up and try it myself before I even went. Because you would have to and monkey bars.
Yeah.
You know, when I was in high school, I was scared to go on the monkey bars, and then once I actually did, you couldn't get off of them.
That's not that bad.
I would get so much blisters though.
Oh yeah.
And then I just couldn't. I think it's because you break your skin in or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something I would definitely love to do.
It's a great program.
Yeah, great. Well, good luck to you.
Thank you so much.
But this is JD Vance. This is his wife beside of him. She said she was in college. So that's pretty cool.
Very nice to meet you.
You as well.
Okay, thank you. Take care.
Thank you.
This is literally a medical center for veterans to get back on their feet, to do physical therapy. That's pretty nice.
Yeah.
It looks like it's a big place.
Someone amazing that you're going to see.
Oh, he's lifting weights. You get it.
You came through is able to kind of finish treatment, kind of relating to for transition, and now you're about to see someone who is doing the work.
Somebody doing deadlifts over here.
And
the worst exercise.
Vice President.
Good to see you, man.
Ian Nugent, sir.
Ian, nice to meet you.
Vice President.
Yeah,
Very
hell of
nice.
a job here, man.
Well, thank you. This, the team, they really get you. They keep you moving around.
Yeah, that's good. This is all one big conspiracy to shame me for not going to the gym more. You got all these guys who've had these rough injuries, and they're all busting their ass. No excuses anymore. That's great.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, where are you from?
I'm from Willacoochee, Georgia.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good.
And been up here for about 5 months now.
Okay.
And Sergeant First Class Keller, he definitely makes sure that we stay moving and trying to get back to.
You know, it's impressive how he survived that.
What was
the aesthetic legs are not. Huh?
Oh yeah. But what happened to him?
He most likely got blew up. Maybe well, if you step on one of those grenades, you ain't surviving that. I don't know what happened then. Maybe got shot.
Yeah. Could have been
but
shot.
I'm happy he's
Active duty.
Of course. Yeah, that's awesome. Is that what you want to do? You want to get back to active duty?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So we're kind of in the I guess the fine-tuning process now, working on like our ADLs and stuff like that.
Will they allow you to go back out there with aesthetic leg though?
Oh, yeah.
Huh. Well, that's good.
Go back to the back to the unit. I'm projected around December 15th.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
To be back at work.
Okay, that's amazing, man.
Yes, sir.
So when you
He's going back to work December 15th.
Wow.
You're a brave man.
You were injured 5 months ago, or you just got here 5 months ago?
So I was injured 5 months ago. So
Okay.
it was around.
He said he was injured 5 months ago.
Wow.
5 months ago, around
It was June.
around June.
Were you in the back? Or?
That's right. I was stateside.
He was in the States when it happened.
Are you ready to see the world?
This is a commercial. You serious?
Driver wasn't paying attention to the stop sign.
Okay, driver wasn't paying attention to the stop sign.
Right through it.
Went right through it and just got away.
So the fortunate thing is I was close to.
The fortunate thing is I was too close. So that's how he lost his leg. It was an accident.
Close to here, they sent me here. The team is running absolutely amazing.
Okay.
So this is where you had your surgery and the prosthetic was
Yes,
made and
ma'am.
everything?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. So do you have family back in Georgia? Or you have family up here with you?
So yes, sir. All my family's back in Georgia. My dad, he spent
All of his family's back in Georgia. Wow.
about 90 days up here with me until I started to where I could start doing things on my own and moving around better.
Yeah.
He went back to Georgia, so I was like, hey, you can't be here the whole time.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
going to
right.
run what I can and can't do.
That's right. Okay. Well, the timing's working out, Ian, just as the weather gets really shitty in DC.
Get back to Georgia where I got to worry about the snow down there, sir.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yes, sir.
That's good. Well,
So
man.
what's your physical therapy entail?
So I usually I come in at 07 in the morning and I work with my physical therapist Lisa over there, and we work on a lot of balance stuff.
Hey, Lisa, how are you?
Just met Kate, she's the intern, and so she kind of helps too. And then that lasts for about an hour, and then after that we do strength and conditioning with Sergeant Keller here.
Okay.
And so that takes most of my morning.
Yeah. So were you a gym rat before you got injured?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I was
You
into
can
it.
tell. I mean,
Yes, sir.
yeah. This is not 5 months of work here. This is a guy who took it seriously before you. That's good.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what is the Army base in Georgia there?
Fort Benning.
Oh, okay. So you're right there at Fort
We're
Benning.
actually
Yeah.
almost about to go there. We
Yeah.
have to reschedule.
Okay,
We're looking forward.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll
Love Fort
Yeah,
Benning.
she's trying to get me to jump out of an airplane with the Golden Knights. Yeah.
That's my plan. If I do get back to jump status, I'm gonna push this thing as far as we can.
Okay.
But my organization has been really supportive of the whole thing. I was supposed to be stationed up here, and this happened. They're like, hey, we're gonna get you back to Fort Benning, get you closer to family and stuff like that. So they've done an awesome job with that too.
That's
So
awesome.
it sounds like we really might be seeing you soon then. Will we reschedule this?
Maybe you can jump out of the airplane. you can do it instead of me. She's all excited about it. I'm like, hell no. Sergeant Keller, so are you working on physical therapy with Ian here? Okay.
Yes, sir. So I'm the senior enlisted advisor for the Department of Rehab, so I kind of oversee the different departments here. But the main focus for them is since they're transitioning back to duty, we're really focusing on what skills are needed to return back to that position so we can get them as functional as we possibly can. So Ian's kind of in the final stages, and we're just fine-tuning at this point, sir.
Okay, awesome. That's great. So what do you get a mix of like soldiers, sailors, airmen, and civilians?
I do,
Okay.
and contractors as
And
well.
contractors, got it.
General service civilians and then contractors as well.
Okay, that's great.
One team.
Yeah, they're taking good care of you?
Absolutely, sir. I don't think there's any place else in the world that does as good as they do here.
Good, man. It's good to hear.
Yes, sir.
All right, keep
Thank
at
you.
it. Good luck to you.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Sergeant.
Thank you, ma'am.
Good to meet you, man.
Sorry.
Yeah, thank you. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, too.
He's going to join us.
Oh, he's joining us here? Okay.
He's covering both.
All right.
So this is Sergeant Maher.
What's up, man? How you doing? Hey, good to meet you, man. Yeah? All right, so what do you got with this sleeve ink here? What do we got going on here?
I had a major surgery, so they took out my humerus and replaced it with my
Okay, got it.
You know, we
So
were
now
admiring the tattoo.
I was actually, I was admiring the tattoo here. You got a lot going on there.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, yeah. So you're rehabbing your arm then? That's what you're trying to do?
So he's going around pretty much just talking to every veteran and their what they went through.
Yeah, showing them respect.
But yeah, no, I'm not too far. I still visit family. It's not too far. Just train right back.
Yeah, that's good. So you still have family in Richmond?
Yeah, so they still live there. Matter of fact, I'm going back today for a little bit.
Okay, good. Well, give your family my best and
Absolutely.
keep at it, man. Good luck.
Hey, thank you so much.
Yeah.
So good to meet you, sir.
So good to meet you, Sam. Thank you. Proud of you, man.
Guys, thank you so much. Have a great day.
All right, thanks. This way? Okay, sorry. Sam?
mental health, or a little bit of everything, as you can say.
Sure.
Yeah.
So how often do you come up here?
Well, lately, maybe like in a year, maybe 3 or 4 times.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just way much faster than getting everything here than to the VA.
I see. Okay, so it's like a second home almost.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes.
What part? All right, thank you. Good luck. And you said your due date's actually Thanksgiving? Okay.
Huh?
It's good to hear that he said it's a lot faster. You get better service from the VA rather than a private doctor, you know, or a private, what do you call it, or place. But yeah, it's good to hear that they're taking good care of the veterans.
Oh yes, they're definitely taken care of.
They didn't always. I know a couple of years ago, this is about 10, 15 years ago, a buddy of mine, he got hit by a drunk driver, and he's a Marine. Like, he's one of the people I told happy birthday on the Marine's birthday. But yeah, they did not take good care of him. They really were refusing him some services and all this kind of stuff. And so when he recovered, he didn't recover 100%. And that kind of sucks that he served his time. He did his time. He honorably discharged and was still treated badly because of funding and all that kind of stuff.
Aww. So is he able to like walk, or does he need like a cane?
Yeah, so now he walks and everything. The only thing is like he's in a lot of pain sometimes.
Aww.
Yeah.
Well, let him know I'm praying for him.
What was that?
Let him know I'm praying for him.
Appreciate
you. You're welcome.
So you should have really screwed with me when I said congratulations and said about what?
I would never. You can't really hide it now. I don't know what's coming first.
At this stage, it's 100%. I mean, you see in politics sometimes people will like 4 or 5 months they'll congratulate somebody, and I've seen people say about what? You would see a politician's face just go.
He said that there's times that I would congratulate a woman on her pregnancy, and then the woman would be like, "About what?" Word.
Yeah, that's awkward.
But she is pregnant, so
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I can't hide it now. But yeah.
Completely white? Yeah.
It's number 3, so we're good. We're good.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Appreciate
Yeah, good to meet you. All right, man.
Thank you so much.
Good luck.
That's pretty much it. That's really nice of him to do that.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Of course, he was in the service too.
Yeah.
Alrighty. But I will see you on the other app.
Alrighty.
Because there's nothing else to watch, and
yeah.
You still hear us? But thank you for joining the Bucks. Well, if you're still here, Ross, just you can go to the other app and we can hang out and just chat with everybody. But I do want to thank everybody who came and joined, and I do pray you enjoyed yourselves here. I'm sorry it wasn't too well. We went live for an hour, so I just pray that you guys enjoyed it. Please support me either through the QR when I'm live or my link in my YouTube. It's always very deeply appreciated. Thank you all for everything you've done when it comes to my YouTube. Truly a blessing. And always keep everybody in your prayers because we're going through tough times. But yeah. Yeah, you can actually use that one to get in, Ross, because they're both connected. But please go check out my post and put in your votes. And I would also like if you guys would actually comment to let me know what animal you would love to know facts on. That would help me out too, to engage with you guys, to help you learn. And I will be doing that every Monday. I will start next Monday. That's when the first day will start. And every Sunday I do verses. And if you would like for me to record something, if it's a replay and just talk about it, or if it's live, comment in one of my videos so I will know. And shout out to my editor. He's truly amazing and deep grateful for him and a blessing. And that's pretty much it. But everybody have a safe, healthy, blessed night. And know that Jesus loves you. You were here for a reason. So there's purpose in you. And he's not done with you if you're still here. So give thanks to him every day for that. Because you get to see your loved ones and friends and everybody. So give glory to him and spread the word. And I will see you guys. I always forget to put this up. Here we go. See you guys on my next video. God bless every one of you and thank you. And don't forget to comment, like, and share my content so we can get more amazing people.